Well, hello YouTube friends, welcome back to the shop. Been a little bit since we shot a video. We've been busy. Been in Costa Rica, been fishing and doing a lot of other things. Today we're gonna give you a little update of what's going on with the Majek. This little truck, a little Blazer Bay. Our little river jumper, we call it. Fun little river boat there, a little 30 horse Yamaha. We did a overhaul video series on it. If you hadn't seen that, take a look. Anyway, it's about 75 degrees here in Texas. And it's in December, and we're in shorts and flip-flops. It does never really get cold here in South Texas, fortunately for us. Let's walk in. Hey, what do we have there? There it is. Let's take a look. I'm gonna just show you what all we got left to do here before we get finished. We are almost done with this boat. Floor's in, pretty much done. We gotta sand it, of course, gel and web it. The back transom is set in. I've put the back covers over. I have laminated those guys in front and back, and we've got to still put the woven on top, 2 layers of 1.5 ounces, and just got them good and flush with the gunnel rails. All is well. Transom's getting ready for gel coat. Cut the top of the transom down to like 21 inches what it sets at, so all that's good. Got it nice and flush. The other side of the pod covers and nice and flush. And we're gonna cut holes here. There'll be hatches in here. I have the hatches there. They're up there in the front on the corner. Those are glass line hatches. Super duper hatches, triple seal. Very, very sturdy hatches. So anyway, this is where we stand at. And we're gonna start glassing over here and here. Glass the transom. And then we gotta put one more layer of glass on the bottom floor. And we'll be ready for gel and web. All right, well, let's get started. Oh, one other thing we got here is we got an addition to the trailer. The trailer's almost done, but I did get the winch post there. And I got the front bumper piece that goes on top of the winch post. The safety chain and the winch. It's all heavy wall galvanized material. Should last a lifetime. And it's a 3-inch post. So anyway, guys, that's where we stand at. It's the last little bit we got on the trailer. The trailer's 100% done. It'll be finished, so we can safely haul this thing down the road. All right, let's get to work. All right, so what I need to do is I need to clean these edges up a little bit right here and these joints right here. It's a little hard to get in there with like a 6-inch, so to speak, in these corners in here. So what I like to use is a little 3-inch, made by Ingersoll Rand. It's a hook and loop style pad. A little 3-inch die grinder. Man, these things a little 90 degree. These things work good for tight spots in these boats. Well, got a blooper. I gotta turn the air on, sorry. Now it's gonna work better. We got air pressure. Little lumps in it. We'll take a straight edge. That little grinder, that thing works so good. It cuts so fast. That's 60 grit. That's called a hook and loop system. It's not the sticky. Use it like a Velcro. Oh yeah, that looks good, guys. If you don't have one of these long reach nozzles, one of these blowers, I suggest you get you one. They work really good. You can blow all the dust off of you and away from you and not get it on you with these long reach nozzles, spray nozzles like these. They work really good. What I'm gonna do here is I got my 1.5 ounce woven, and I'm gonna just cut it out as close as I can. Be liberal, don't cut yourself short when cutting this stuff out. So it lays in nice and pretty like it should. We'll get ready to laminate it in. All right, so I've got my first piece over here cut out, and it's tucked in nice and good. We're gonna make another copy of this over here. I'm gonna take this off, trace it out. Then we're gonna do the same thing over here, and then we're gonna do the same thing in the middle of the transom. So you'll have 2 layers of 1.5 ounces on top of here, here, and here. And then once we're done, we're gonna put another layer across the front of the transom that make good 3 layers of 1.5 ounces on the face of the transom. And that's a good layer because that'll put you about 1/4 inch of fiberglass. So when you go and you start clamping your motor down or your jack plate, you won't get any stress cracks in these areas. So a good layer of glass on the front of the transom is a good thing. So now I put this pattern that we cut out on top of this roll of 1.5 ounces. One thing I like to do is use these, they call them ink all. They're made by Milwaukee. And it's like a Sharpie, but it has a waterproof ink in it, and it runs real good on this woven mat, so you can make your outline of your patterns very well. It does leave a good heavy black solid mark so you can see the cut, and so it works real good on laying out your patterns on your fiberglass mat here. All right, so that's all there is to that. We'll put him back over here. And one thing I like to do before I start resin or laminating is I like to put witness marks along these edges, so I know once this is wetted down with resin, I'll have it in just the right spot. So it won't be short anywhere, and it won't be overhanging anywhere. So that will be easy for me, so I won't have any problems with getting any wrinkles or anything along the way when you start laminating this glass down. So let's cut this guy out and we'll see how it fits on top of here. Another thing I use is, these are called Infinity. They're made in Italy. They're a good scissor for cutting out this woven. Make these in electric version, but I mean, if you're not cutting a whole lot, I don't really see the need for an electric version. But it's up to you. If you want to spend the money, you can buy them. Me, I just like the genuine manual labor way, because it works and it's cheap. Now, these guys were about $85, this set was, so don't let your kids walk off with them and lose them, because they are expensive. $85 pair of scissors. But the good thing is they cut this fiberglass woven very well. Look, compared to our other one. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that fits real good. That's great, guys. All right, so now that we got our patterns, let's go ahead and mix up some resin, and let's go ahead and laminate this side right here real quick. All right, so I got roughly 1/2 gallon of resin here. If you're ready, we're gonna go ahead and catalyze this resin. This is I don't know if this is a cobalt octane. Being that's a little cooler, I use this stuff. It helps the finish. It's a real dark blue. It doesn't take a whole lot, just a very small amount. I know I didn't measure it. I've just been doing this for so long. I can tell by the color. if how it looks. So it's turning this resin, I know you can't see it, a purple looking color, which it will not be purple when I'm done. So it'll be just a regular clear resin. Stir it in real good. All right, so that looks good. The next thing is I got my MEKP. This is 925N. It's a little bit speed, it's a little faster speed. Put about 25 cc's in it, half a gallon. Get it mixed up real well. Want to be sure and get your resin mixed very, very, very well, because if you don't, yeah, you'll have issues. You'll have spots that don't set up and some that do. It'll be sticky and gooey. All right, that looks good. All right, let's get to laminated here. I'm gonna roll on the front here. Try to stay out of the camera's view. Good wet layer. Your flats, wet them down real good. Now I got drip mats all over the side of this boat, down the floor, so we won't mess anything up. Good and wet. All right. Now let's talk about the reference marks. This is where they're important. You put this mat in here, you can lay it in right where it needs to be, right on that corner. It'll sit good right there. You can pull them this way some. You pull them back a little bit. Try to avoid wrinkles. Before you pat it down, make sure you have it where you want it, because it is stuck. Let him start soaking in the resin. Good and wet. You want to run your bucket along the edge here, like I'm doing. You can catch a lot of resin. It won't get wasted. Some of it will drip, but you can catch a lot of this resin and keep it off your trailer or off your boat. All right, so we got this in here wetted out pretty good. Things like this. Now let's get our second sheet and put it over the top of this. Take your time. Watch for wrinkles. Look at your overlap. And when you're happy with it, set it down. And I stretch this stuff as I go, just so it doesn't get any wrinkles in it. So all that looks really good. Let's wet it out. That looks really good, guys. Once we start rolling this, if there's any dry spots with our hard roller, it'll cover a lot of it up. I did that right there to pour a little extra out to speed up this job a little bit. With the cobalt in here, you gotta get going pretty fast because it'll set up pretty quick. But the good thing about the cobalt is that your lamination will be good. You won't have a sticky finish on top of your gel coat, excuse me, your resin here, you won't have a sticky finish. So when you go to sand, it'll sand down real nice and sandy. It'll be real hard. It won't be tacky on the top, causing problems. When you get ready to go to sand, you have a real good finish for sanding. I think that was just the right amount. I have maybe about a tiny bit left over just for any little spots that I see that may need some attention on, but for the most part, we mixed up the right amount. All right, guys, that looks really good. Look for any dry spots. If you have any, just add a little extra resin on top. Check all your edges. The roll-in part, this is the part I like. This is where you can make your work look real pretty. We won't roll any air bubbles out that we may have in on the top here. Just a steady, easy back and forth. You can spread your resin around a little better if you need to, if you have it thicker in some spots and thinner. Now's the time to do that. Guys, this looks really good. This is a great setup. This is a great lamination job here. I'm sorry if the camera doesn't show it too well, but the finish looks wonderful. The lamination looks good here. No air bubbles, no problems there. This looks really good. This would be what I call customer satisfaction. Then roll your gunnels over. Roll these guys nice and tight. This is artwork, just take your time with it so you don't have any bad spots to remediate later. Okay, so that looks real good on the front, so I just come over these edges. Okay, roll downhill, come over the edge, go downhill, push out any air that you may have. This looks so good, guys. I'm really happy with the way this turned out. This takes practice, man. I've been doing this stuff for years, and it's tedious work. It takes practice. Don't get frustrated with it. I know it's easy too, but you see guys here on myself, including on YouTube, just come in here and knock this stuff out real fast. It's, you know, probably because they've been doing it a long time, and so have I. And you know, it's just one of the things you learn as you go. So this looks real good. Just gonna move this resin around, just even it out. Wonderful. So happy with this job. So this is gonna be about it for this video right here. We're gonna do this on the other side. I'm not gonna bore you with a bunch of laminating video. And then we'll do the center of the transom, and then we'll cap it. And I'll show you some video footage on that as we do that too. So, well, all right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it on this video. Let me clean this roller up. I appreciate you watching. Hopefully you've learned something here. And I really enjoyed doing this. It's a lot of fun. And this is my own personal boat. So you can leave comments, like, questions. Leave me some questions. If you got any questions on what I use, the materials I use, why I do what I do, I would be glad to answer your questions. I have no problem at all doing that. And we'll get you on the next video. All right, guys? Take care. Have a good one. Please like and subscribe if you like my videos and you learned something today. Please.